Good morning. How are you? This is Pip Coleman coming in for the Find Your Soul show. And today we're going to be talking about loving your body, because we have this beautiful temple that we live in, that our soul lives in. And so I thought we'd talk a little bit about what we like about our bodies, what we don't like about our bodies, and then we're going to do a tapping meditation today to befriend your body, so that you can feel a little more loving towards yourself and your body, which is awesome. So say hello when you join us. Obviously, it's lovely to get some chat happening. Hi, Kerry. I just saw that you joined us. Nice to see you. And we're going to talk a little bit about the things that you do to look after your body, to love your body, your temple. So first of all, say hey, welcome. And once you've joined us, please feel free to share if there's any part of your body that you're not as in love with. So I have a love, not so much love relationship with my belly. I get out of the shower and I do my I love you belly, I really love you, and I try to bring those loving statements into my day, so that I can feel more loving towards myself. If anyone else is feeling me, if you have a similar love, not so much love, or relationship with your belly, give me a little heart. If you have another part of your body that you are not so happy with, then please feel free to make a note here. It's always interesting to comment or to address and honour where it is that we begin. I always like to talk about, where are you now, and how do you feel now, and then how do you feel after we've done the little process or had the conversation that we have today. So feel free to share. Maybe it's your butt, maybe it's your legs, maybe it's your nose, maybe it's your boobs, whatever it is, ladies and gents. Please feel free to share if you feel brave today about what it is that you're not being loving with, and I'm going to talk about a couple of things that I would suggest to love your body. One of the things that I saw a couple of weeks ago now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the singer Lizzo. She's a rapper and a singer. She plays the violin. She's just an amazing woman, and she is a bigger lady. She's quite a big lady, and she does this amazing thing where on Instagram, she's super honest and super out there about her body. She takes pictures of herself in bikinis, and she does really cool photo shoots, and she's really honors the body that she's in. And the other day I saw her on Instagram. She did a little video. If you want to follow her, it's Lizzo. I think it's just Lizzo, but I'll double check that. If you look her up, she's amazing. But she did this little video of herself looking at herself in the mirror, and she was holding on to her belly, and she was shaking her belly, and she was going, "I love you, belly." Like, she was just really loving her belly. And it was so cool, and really I loved how I want to say brave, but she put it on Instagram, and she showed the world that that's what her part of her routine was. She was just in her bra and her knickers, and she had a towel on her head, and she was showing us how to be more loving to our bodies. And I loved that she was being so honest about what she does when she's on her own in her bathroom. So Jody, hi, welcome. Breasts, sure. It makes sense that when you've had children that, you know, your breasts are going to change. You know, our bodies are going to change over the course of our lives. So it's so interesting to, you know, we can look back and we can go, oh, you know, my body looked like this before the kids, or it looked like this when I was in my 20s, or it looked like this when I was in my teens, and now it looks like something else. And we have a culture that tells us, particularly as women, but men as well, that we're supposed to stay young forever, that we're meant to be young and fit and sexy. And I say those words in a really, just be mindful that I'm saying those words because I want to make a point. But we can still be fit and healthy and sexy and youthful without looking like we did when we were 20 or 30 or whatever it is that you're harking back to and trying to be like. One of the things that makes us not loving to ourselves and not feel like we're happy is when we are trying to be something that we're not. And last week I was talking to you about comparing yourself to other people, and this week I wanted to talk about comparing yourself to a younger version of yourself. So that idea of comparison of, you know, I used to have, you know, perkier breasts, or I used to have a flatter stomach, or I used to have blah, 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 whatever it is that you're comparing yourself to. That comparison, whether it's with somebody else's boobs or your boobs, you are still comparing yourself and therefore making yourself feel bad about where you are right now. So I wanted to just remind you of how we need to befriend our bodies. We need to practice loving our bodies and spending time doing loving things for our bodies, so that our minds remember that where we are now is just as valid and just as worthy and just as sexy and just as loving and just as beautiful as it was yesterday, last year, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. You know, we have so much to offer. And the youth, the youthful self was maybe, you know, had some things that they hadn't learnt yet. And I know I was you know, hadn't learnt a lot of things when I was in my 20s. So, you know, I wasn't honouring, you know, the wisdom, and I'm not honouring the wisdom now if I'm comparing myself to my past. So give me a little heart if you're there and you get me. You get what I'm saying? I wanted to talk a little bit about, now that we've kind of identified a few things that we might not be happy with now, that we kind of don't honour and we don't love about ourselves at the moment. I'm going to take you through the Befriending Your Body meditation, which also combines tapping with it, the EFT tapping, which you can do the tapping if you like, or you can just listen to it as a meditation. You will get more of a shift and you will feel more loving to yourself if you do the tapping as well. So I do encourage you to do the tapping as well, and I'll go through that with you. But I wanted to share with you because the crystals that I use for loving my body, I thought I would bring that into our conversation today because I thought of it last week, but we'd already come to the end of the show. So one of the ones that's really great, and those of you who love crystals will like my little conversation about rose quartz, because rose quartz is that beautiful light pink quartz that is all about self-love. And my sisters will say, that's the only one that you talk about. because it's my favorite. And the rose quartz is amazing. It's a really beautiful, soft, gentle crystal. You can, if you've got a nice sort of flat one, like one that you put in your palm or that you can hold, or you can pop it in your bra. That's a really good one. Particularly anything where you're doing self-love work is really good to put it near the heart. So if you've got a necklace, great, have it as a necklace and have it sitting at the heart chakra. If you don't have a necklace, or it's a little bit bigger than a necklace, you can pop it in your bra, tuck it into the bra. Sometimes I put them in the front of the bra, because it sits right there at the heart chakra center. And the cool thing about the crystal is that it amplifies the energy that you want to amplify. So quartz is a good one for clearing and letting go of anything that is, needs to be cleared in terms of not being loving, particularly if we're talking about the rose quartz. And then the energy of the crystal will help you to bring love into your space, into your body, into your life, into yourself. So the rose quartz is beautiful. I remember one time I had one in the front of my bra. So I had two. I was doing a presentation and I had two crystals, one on either side of my bra, and then I had another crystal, a third one in the front of the bra. And I was talking and I was really getting into my talk, and then I leant over to make a sort of a gesture over the table or wherever I was. And this crystal went boing and jumped out of my bra. And it was so funny. The look on everybody's face was like, should we say something about the fact that something's just jumped out of a bra? And so I actually had to address it as I picked my rose quartz up. This helps me with my confidence, and and I just popped it back in my bra and kept going. I think that's the best way to go, is to just go with it and take it as you can. So I think it's important to honor where you are and just go with it. If something happens, it's like there's an ad on TV at the moment where the song is Call Me, that song that goes, Call Me Maybe. I think it's sung by Mabel. And she, the song is on the phone of a young man. And he goes into a big complex and it picks up his phone on the speaker system and starts playing this Call Me Maybe song. And he stops and everybody looks at him, and then he just walks really confidently into this particular mall. And I don't know if you know the ad. I think it's a Samsung ad or something like that. But it just makes me laugh every time, because he stops and he thinks, am I going to be embarrassed by the fact that I've got this kind of poppy tune on my phone that's been picked up by the Bluetooth? Or am I just going to embrace it? And so he walks in dancing to the tune. And I think it's really cool to practice those sorts of things, going with the flow and loving. If you like that song, then love it, really love it and get into it. So rose quartz, one of my favorites. The other one that's really good for loving yourself or heart chakra is jade. I couldn't find my piece of jade this morning, but jade is amazing for heart chakra as well. Jade, any of the green crystals are good for relationships. So if you're wanting to build love with other people, you need to use green stones. So I have a nice fluorite, a beautiful fluorite here that works in a similar way. Each of the crystals obviously has their own special quality as well to use, but in particular, pink stones for self-love, green stones for relationships. Jade, malachite is another one that's really good. Malachite is a very powerful crystal. So be aware that malachite is one that is super powerful. So you only need a small piece of malachite to get the effect that some other crystals are a bit more gentle. Like I say, rose quartz, very gentle. You can have a big piece of rose quartz and you'll feel nice and balanced, and that's great. But if you have a big piece of malachite, it can actually make your heart race. It's quite a stimulating stone. Sneeze. No, it's gone. Yes, so those were the crystals that I just wanted to mention with regard to self-love and putting them on your body. You can also drink the essence of the crystals as well. So if you've got a polished stone, you can pop it into water, into a glass of water or a bottle of water. I have a jug that has all of the chakra crystals that are sort of about this size. So I have 7 or 8 crystals in the bottom of the jug, and each time I refill the jug, the vibration of all of the chakra crystals is in the jug. And that's where I pour my water from, so that I get all of the vibrational energy of those crystals. Be sure that you don't swallow your crystal. That will not make your body feel happy if you swallow your crystal. But there are now actually bottles, drink bottles that you can get that have a crystal point in them, and that's part of the drink bottle. So you just pour the water in. I've seen them at health food shops. You could probably Google crystal inside water bottle. You can get them. I've seen them advertised on Instagram and Facebook and stuff too. So you can actually buy your favorite crystal in a drink bottle, and it's set in there, and then you just pour your water in and drink it during the day. So you get that vibrational essence as you drink it. Be sure to not use an unpolished stone, because if the little flecks of the crystal that might come off, you know what I mean, with an unpolished stone, it has like sort of bits, it's not been refined like this. You don't want to be drinking some of the crystals. Obviously are not, first of all, the flecks are going to irritate you, but also some crystals are poisonous, and obviously it's not a good idea to be ingesting them. Like malachite is one, which is really not good for drinking. You can definitely use it on your body, and polished is okay, but be mindful of that. If you want any advice on that, please feel free to get in touch with me. If you have a particular crystal and you want me to just check if it's okay to make the essence, let me know. And I do also teach a crystal course where you can go through where we go through all like a crystals 101 course, where we talk about essences, we talk about how to use the crystals, and a very basic taste tester of how to work with crystals. So yes. Oh great, Jody, so you have an amethyst. Yeah, it's gorgeous. A friend of mine has the amethyst one, and I've seen another one that has the rose quartz. The amethyst one's great because it helps you to be focused. It works on that third eye chakra, and it's really good for tapping into your intuition, trusting yourself more, which is great. So I'm glad you're using that. That's going to be fantastic for your coaching that you're doing, which is awesome. So if you're ready, if you're feeling ready, feeling like you want to do some befriending of your body, let's get into a comfortable position. Now, if you're not familiar with the tapping, you can watch me for the first round if you like, and then once you know where you're going to be tapping on your body, which is we're just tapping with our 2 fingers just gently on the different points, and I will say eyebrow, side of the eye, under the eye, so that you know where to be tapping and what to say. Ideally, you would say these statements that I'm going to say out loud. Or if you're in a place where people might hear you, you could whisper them. But if possible, it really helps if you say the statements out loud rather than just saying them in your mind. There's something about speaking that shifts your energy way quicker. They say that a thought is the first level of manifestation, and speaking is the next level of manifestation, and then taking action is the third level of manifestation. So you've got to do those 3 steps to get something to happen, to shift in your life. So let's start with the karate chop point. So we're going to tap on the karate chop point and take 3 deep breaths to start. So let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose And breathing out. And we take another deep breath in through the nose. And breathing out. And breathing in through the nose. And breathing out. And as you tap on the karate chop point, repeating after me, even though I've been so negative and critical of my body, and that has allowed me to have these amazing experiences, I deeply and completely accept myself. Take a breath. Even though I've been so negative and critical of this body, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I've been so negative and critical of my body, I deeply and completely accept myself. And if you're comfortable, you can keep your eyes closed as we tap on the eyebrow point. Being critical of my body has become such a habit. Side of the eye. I only focused on what I don't like. Under the eye. I've forgotten how much my body has helped me. Under the nose, I've forgotten I've forgotten to notice how much my body has added to my life. Under the mouth, there's a lot my body can do. Collarbone. There are lots of ways my body has supported me over the years. Under the arm, and I haven't taken time to appreciate it. Top of the head. I'm willing to forgive myself for that. Eyebrow point. It's just so hard trying to be positive about my body. Side of the eye. I don't even like thinking about it. Under the eye. But I'm willing to try to appreciate it. Under the nose, I just wish I could change it right away. Under the mouth, it's hard even thinking about this. Keep breathing. Collarbone, but I'm tired of being mean to myself and my body. Keep tapping. Under the arm, but it's time to try and appreciate it. Top of the head, it's time to see some good. Eyebrow, I'm ready to start appreciating my body, maybe. Side of the eye, it won't happen right away. Under the eye, but it has done a lot of good over the years. Under the nose, it's so much easier to avoid the topic. Under the mouth, but avoiding it hurts too. Collarbone, So maybe I can try seeing some good in my body. Under the arm, maybe I can stop always focusing on what I don't like. Top of the head, maybe I can start to see more good in it. Eyebrow, it's pretty amazing what my body can do. Side of the eye, it's allowed me to do a lot over the years. Under the eye, I'm grateful that I've been able to do so much. Under the nose, and my brain is part of my body, and it's done so much for me too. Under the mouth, my life has been better because of what my body can do. Collarbone, I'm grateful for my body. Under the arm, appreciating my body is uncomfortable, but maybe it will feel better than always criticizing it. Top of the head, I do appreciate all that my body can do. Now take a nice deep breath. Ooh, getting a little tingle through the body today. I can feel that you resonated with that little befriending your body tapping today. Let me know how you're feeling when you come back into the space. Open your eyes, check in. Feel free to just give me a little heart or a smiley face. If you're feeling emotional, that's okay. It's quite common to feel a bit emotional when you say loving things to yourself. Oh, thanks, Jody. That's great. And yes, Michelle, you definitely, I think you'll enjoy this if you watch the replay. If you missed the Befriending Your Body tapping, you can always watch this video again. Also, if you would like the script, I can send you that script, that Befriending Your Body script, in a PDF. It's one of Jessica Ortner's from the Tapping Solution. It's amazing. She does this incredible weight loss and body confidence program. And that was one of the scripts that I really resonated with. And, you know, you could do that on a daily basis as part of your beautiful rituals of loving yourself and taking care of yourself, add it into your self-care regime. It's so beautiful. It's really not that long to do. And it's amazing how much you can shift by adding these little things into your life. Helping to shift and honor and accept and love your body. Love your temple. So that's what I had for you today, my lovelies. I hope that that was helpful to you. Please feel free to give me some feedback. I'd love to hear from you. And as I say, if you would like a copy of the script, then please send me a message, either comment underneath this video or send me a message at Pip Coleman. And Pip Coleman, author coach. I just forgot my Facebook page for a minute then. I'd love to share that with you. So, I'm sorry that you missed that, Kerry. Yeah. Thank you for sharing as well. Yes, that would be wonderful if you would like to share this video, obviously, with your tribe, your family, your group of loved ones, then that would be amazing. It's always great if we share things that we really resonate with, because maybe other people in our space will resonate, and then you've got someone to talk to about these things. I think that's probably one of the most amazing things about being in our wellness community, is being able to share our passion and our excitement for all things alternative, woo-woo and beautiful wellness with other people who are also passionate about that. So I'd love to hear from you, and take care of yourselves. This is Pip Coleman signing out for this week, and I'll see you next week for another Find Your Soul show. Bye for now. See ya.